Joining us here at 6 a.m., I'm Jason Hackett alongside Alicia Lewis.
So we're going to get to those breaking and developing stories here in just a minute. But first, John Ziegler has details about the forecast this morning.
Hey.
Good morning, John. Welcome back.
Yeah, I haven't woke up at 2:30 in the morning for a while, and I think I picked the wrong coat. It's too warm. But anyways, I'm used to the warmth. I was on a cruise, if you're wondering. Anyways, I just brought the warmth with me. 70 degrees Friday. Are you kidding me? 35 out here right now. It's going to be very comfortable here this morning. 32 in St. Cloud, and as you go off to the north, we're at 26. We did just drop here at Brainerd, but it's comfortable, and I don't know if I'd dress too heavy. We're going to be talking about 50s this afternoon. You've actually got a little bit of a warm front showing up here in Hayward. This is some flurry activity. As the warm front slides east, we slide into actually warm conditions and sunshine. Take a look at the winds. This is the story. Light winds making 55 feel unreal. Enjoy today. Enjoy a nice drive into work. I even heard the birds chirping out here this morning, and the road's hopefully looking pretty good. CC.
Yeah, they are looking good. And welcome back, John. All right, taking a look here on 494. Looking good. This is what your commute will probably look like through most of the early morning commute up until 6:30, 7 o'clock. I did just check the crash map maybe 3 minutes ago, and there were no crashes to report. But you may see some slowing on 494 westbound here soon at 35W or 94 eastbound near the Hudson area as you're actually going into Hudson because of some road work happening. I'll keep my eye on that. But stick around for just after 6:15. We'll be talking more road work, this time down in Chanhassen, Highway 5. If you take that route, definitely stay tuned.
All right, Cece, thank you. We are tracking breaking news right now at 6 a.m. While you're sleeping, new tariffs went into effect on steel and aluminum.
In the last 6 hours, we've been tracking the potential impacts on you and your family. Michelle Beck is at the live desk right now with some new details coming into the studio. Michelle.
Well, guys, as far as impact goes, I am keeping a close eye on stock futures right now. You can see we are all in the green right here, but markets were really all over the place. At closing bell about 15 hours ago, it ended with losses for all three of the major averages. Tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports are now up to 25%. This affects places like Canada, Australia, and the EU. The overnight move gets rid of all exemptions from Trump's 2018 tariffs on the metals, and it increases the tariffs on aluminum from 10%. The EU retaliated in the last 6 hours with promises of counter tariffs on roughly $28 billion worth of goods to start in about 3 weeks. President Trump rejected growing concerns a recession is on the way.
2 months in to Donald Trump's presidency, we're staring down a recession, a government shutdown, and a plummet in the stock market.
I don't see it at all. I think this country is going to boom.
In just a few hours, Senator Amy Klobuchar will host a news conference to talk about the impacts of these tariffs. And when her staffers told us about it, they said these tariffs will raise prices and threaten businesses and jobs. Alicia, Jason, we have this on our planner for today, so we hope to bring you some updates as the day goes.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much. And make sure you stick with KARE 11 for the latest in this developing situation. You can watch us on KARE 11 Plus right now and our sunrise stream starting at 8 a.m. You can download the app on your TV and watch for free.
Also happening overnight, the U.S. Department of Education slashing nearly half of its workforce. In the last 12 hours, around 1,300 employees received notices that they'll be laid off starting next Friday. The remaining employees were told to stay home today with their government-issued laptops for security reasons. Here in Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz will be at a school in Fridley this morning to address the layoffs and the impact that it could have here at home. And take a look at your screen right now. Our director just pulled up a live camera from the U.S. Capitol in D.C., where lawmakers are going to be heading back to work here in just a few hours to try to stop a potential government shutdown Friday night. In the last 24 hours, the House narrowly passed a 6-month funding bill. It now heads to the Senate, where Republicans control 53 seats. At least 8 Democrats would have to support the bill to cross the Senate's 60-vote threshold. Senate Democrats are expected to meet today to discuss their position on the plan.
Well, turning now to the results of the special election in Minnesota House District 40B called about 9 hours ago. I'm here breaking down the results about or a little bit over 13,000 votes total here. And Democratic candidate David Gottfried is the winner here with 70% of the vote, beating his Republican opponent Paul Wickstrom, who had, as you can see here, just under 30% of the votes. Now, Gottfried sent out this statement to the newsroom just before our 10 p.m. newscast saying, quote, "This victory is for Roseville, Shoreview, and every constituent who hasn't been represented for weeks. I couldn't be more thrilled to be headed to St. Paul as soon as possible to get to work for this district and Minnesota." So you can see here this win ties the balance of power in the Minnesota State House. You see 67 to 67. Once the results are certified, Republican House leaders told KARE 11 they expect Gottfried to be sworn in on Monday. Now from there, the two sides have worked out a power sharing agreement. Republican Lisa DeMuth will remain Speaker of the House, and Democrats and Republicans will co-chair committees.
We're just 3 hours away from the alleged mastermind of the $250 million Feeding Our Future fraud scheme. Amy Bach taking the stand once again in federal court. Our Audrey Russo is live outside of the federal courthouse right now. And Audrey, what can we expect to hear from her testimony today?
Well, Alicia, Jason, there's still a lot of ground to cover in this case. I checked the court schedule. 9 a.m. is when Amy Bach is expected to take the stand in the federal courthouse behind me. This is her second day on the stand, and it really has a lot to do with her role in Feeding Our Future. This is a case that was expected to last a month, and it is now entering its 5th week. Now, she first took the stand on Friday, and this was after the prosecution wrapped its 4-week case. Now, she was answering a lot of questions from her attorney about the role she played, the organizational structure of Feeding Our Future. Her defense attorney says he may call additional witnesses to the stand in the coming days, but it is important to note that because she is taking the stand, because she's testifying, Amy Bach has now opened herself up to cross-examination by the prosecution. She's facing charges of wire fraud and bribery, and coming up in about 30 minutes, we're going to break down some of what she's already said on the stand, some of the arguments she's trying to make. But for now, Jason Lee, I'll send things back to you.
All right, Audrey Russo reporting live this morning. Thank you for that update. We are tracking an update this morning on the woman who admitted to trying to bribe a juror in last year's Feeding Our Future trial. She'll stay out of jail for now, even after a recent DWI arrest. All sides agreed to let Laden Ali stay free while she waits for her sentencing hearing in the bribery case, as long as she stays alcohol-free. According to the criminal complaint, Ali was driving while 3 times over the legal limit.
Happening right now, Minneapolis police are searching for the suspect in a shooting on the city's north side. We brought this to you as breaking news on Sunrise yesterday morning. Police say one man was hit during an apparent shootout Monday night near 36th and Penn. Bullets also hitting a nearby home, damaging a child's bedroom. Thankfully, no one inside was hurt. Police say the victim drove himself to the hospital where he met officers. The victim is there this morning recovering from his injuries.
Time now 6:08. As many of you head home from work tonight, the group Effective Law Enforcement for All is hosting a meeting for people living in Minneapolis. The group says it will share updates on its role as the independent evaluator on the reforms in the city's police department. This comes after the evaluator released the first semi-annual report last month, showing the city is on track to meet most of its year-one goals. The reforms are part of a settlement between the city and the state's Department of Human Rights after George Floyd's murder.
This morning, the Gophers are waking up in Indy after jetting off the Big Ten tourney last night. They tip off against Northwestern at 2:30 today at the 13th seed. Their star, Dawson Garcia, is taking the court with second-team All Big Ten honors. He's averaging 19 points a game this season.